Sitting in a chair opposite my therapist, I finally decided to tell her the secret I had carried my whole life. My body felt like it didn't belong to me. My hands were sweaty, and I felt a deep foreboding, like an inert rock in the pit of my stomach. I was 35, but I'd never spoken about what I'd witnessed sober before. Had my mind inflated the incident out of proportion? Had I made it up altogether? Was it reality? Or did I just want sympathy? I took a deep breath and began to describe what had happened. I was 4 years old. My mum had taken me on a trip to the Caribbean to stay with my dad's family. Despite her rocky relationship with my father, who she wasn't with at the time, Mum believed it was important for me to stay connected to the other side of my family, especially being a mixed-race child. I was very little, so my memories are hazy, but I remember the culture shock of staying with my Caribbean family for the first time. Like when I watched my grandfather cut the head off a live chicken in his backyard. Mostly, though, I remember the warm sun on my skin and the gentle swaying of palm trees. On one particular day, Mum decided to take me to the beach by herself. She needed a bit of space, I think. Staying with family, especially when they're not your own, can be a bit, challenging. It was probably the most idyllic beach you've ever seen. The kind with bright white sand that feels like you're walking on a soft sponge, and sparkling turquoise water glittering in the sunlight. It was completely deserted, which only added to the beauty. As we splashed around in the water, we marveled at the tiny little fish circling our feet. After a while, Mum headed back to the beach to sunbathe, and I, not wanting to be too far away from her, followed her to play in the sand next to her, collecting pretty shells. My hands started shaking as I began to recollect the next part. Out of nowhere, a man appeared and started chatting to Mum. He was from the local area and seemed pretty friendly. He told Mum about the best beaches nearby, and she asked him for recommendations. I'm not sure how long they were speaking for or the exact conversation that led to what happened next, but suddenly we were in the mangroves together, and Mum was screaming as he put his whole body on top of hers. I don't remember all the details. I can't picture what he looked like or how long we were there for, because I've spent most of my life trying to forget. I tried to make myself believe that it didn't really happen, yet when I close my eyes, I can still hear the screaming and crying and the anger in his voice. I tried to pretend it was a made-up story, part of my overactive imagination, but it did happen. The man raped my mum in front of me, while I sat visibly distressed and confused on the sand next to her, next to them. I can't have known exactly what was happening at the time, but I could sense my mother's fear and pain. I must have known that what he was doing was one of the worst things a human could do. When he finished, he got up and said, "If you say anything to anyone, I will find you and kill you." He then disappeared into the bush behind us. That picture-perfect beach would reappear in my nightmares for many years to come. What happened next is increasingly blurry, but Mum recently told me she grabbed me as soon as he was gone and tried to find a way out. She was traumatized, in shock and disorientated, and couldn't work out where we were or how to get away. Eventually, we found a road and hailed down the next passing car, who happened to be a lone male.